Hey guys, this is Candy coming to you with another crochet braiding video, and for today's video it's a little bit different because I am installing them on very long, very thick natural hair, so it's a little bit more challenging. Braiding down the hair is pretty much the biggest part of the process in my opinion, and so yeah, when the hair is thicker and longer it creates more of a challenge and it's a little bit more time consuming. But I'm using my go-to braid pattern that I've been using for most of my videos. I will try to link it in the description box below because I have a dedicated video showing you exactly how I execute this braid pattern. But pretty much it is the beehive braid pattern where everything is braided in an upward direction and then braided in the center in a circular direction for that beehive look. So I am making fairly small parts or narrow parts because the twists are not jumbo twists, they are on the smaller side, and I'm adding a little piece of braiding here just to start off the twist, just to, you know, take off a little bit of the pressure off of her edges. So even though her hair is thick, I believe it is still important to add a tiny piece of braiding here so that it helps to, you know, enhance the foundation of the braid or the cornrow. Alright, now I'm at the back section and I'm braiding the back upward. And once I get to the end of the parted section, I just maybe braid it for a ½ inch and then I stop. I'm not braiding the hair all the way to the end because you have to leave the hair loose so that you can continue braiding in a circular direction to create that beehive like I mentioned before. And one thing I wanted to mention is that the size of these parts, or the distance of the parts, will be determined by the type of hair that you're installing. So if you're installing, you know, bigger twists or maybe locks, then you wouldn't need to do very small partings like I'm doing in this video. Alright, so everything is all braided up and the challenge is now to pretty much braid all of this nice juiciness. Her hair is to die for, nice and thick and long. So the challenge now is to try to braid it down into that beehive shape and not make it too, well, it's gonna be bulky. There's no getting around it being bulky because that's the volume of her hair. So yeah, I'm starting the braid going around. You see how thick those braids are, and this is braided hair with pretty much no additional hair. Like, you guys, this is all her hair. Alright, so we're coming to the end of the braid, and now I'm just doing a long braid all the way down to create that final plait or that final braid. And that single piece of hair I will have to go ahead and conceal it within the beehive. That's how long her hair is. Yeah, so I'm using the crochet tool to just attach the end of the braid, pulling it through and through and through again until it is totally concealed within the braids or the cornrows. Yeah, it's all done, and this is the style, you guys. Once I was done, I'm like, yeah, this is actually a look. She could go on the road wearing this style and not look a hot mess. Alright, so but now to the meat of the matter. We are using the Freetress Senegalese twist hair, and this is in size large and color 1B. Yeah, and I believe I used 6 packs of these. Yes, and that's how the twists are looking straight from the package. Alright, and I'm just going ahead inserting the tool and attaching the loop of the twist, closing a latch hook, pulling it right through, attaching the end and pulling the end through the loop, sliding it down to the very roots to secure it. And that's twist number 1. And let's try that again. Attaching it, closing the latch hook, pulling it through, attaching the end to the latch hook, pulling that through the loop and sliding it all the way down. Yeah, and pretty much that's the process, and you have to pay keen attention to attaching the twist, especially around the perimeter of the hair, the edges, because that area is visible. When you get like to the middle part, then you know you could be a little less attentive, you know, in terms of where you place the twists. All right, and you guys can see how the braid pattern makes all the difference, because when you lift the hair up, it definitely looks like these are installed using the individual method and not the crochet method. So the braid pattern makes somewhat of a difference. All right, and you see me actually showing you guys exactly where I'm placing the twist, because the gap that is below, I want to ensure that the hair that I'm installing above falls immediately or exactly between that gap, and that helps to give your hairstyle a fuller look. And I also have a video showing you guys how to achieve full looking hairstyles, whether individual twists or it's the same principle for crochet braids too, but you just want to ensure that whatever gaps you create, that they're filled in with the hair on top or above. All right, so we are on to pretty much the last row, and this is where her parting will be. And so for this particular row, the hair has to be actually stacked closely together, because you do not want that visible section to, you know, have gaps or to have the cornrows visible. We don't want that. So I'm ensuring that the hair is installed pretty much right beside each other, closely packed in that last row, or in that the row that will be visible at the parting. And I'm just going ahead and filling in with the hair that I have left over, filling in any gaps that might have been overlooked. Yeah. And I believe the hairstyle took in total about 2 hours, or a little bit over 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours. And this was just because it took longer to braid her hair down. If you have, you know, average length or average density, then it should be quicker for you. Alright, and so there we have it, you guys. Style completed, and I'm showing you guys how it's easy for her to put it up in a ponytail, and it will look nice, and it would be pretty much undetectable that she's wearing crochet braids. Yeah. All right, you guys, thank you for watching, and remember to like, rate, subscribe, and share the video, and let me know what is your favorite crochet braid hairstyle, or what's your favorite protective style. All right, until next time, be safe and walk good. Blessings.